Alright, welcome back to the channel. We've been putting this car out for too long, and with this quarantine we have a bunch of time to get to work finally. So the first thing we got to do is basically take out the radiator, take out the old clutch fan, swap the new fans on that broke, and hopefully that's about it. I just got to get coolant, got to go to the store, get some coolant and put it in, and that's it. Should be working. I'm missing one bolt, which I'll probably go to the junkyard and get it, see if I can find it. And I think that's what made the fan wobble and break, and then created the damage on the hood and the damage on the radiator. But once I get that fixed, that should be all. So follow the video and see what happens. So I'm going to show you guys the damage that the fan caused. First damage was my hood, and then as you can see, this is the broken fan. And I'm not sure, but my theory is that that missing bolt right here, I'm trying to focus, that missing bolt made the fan wobble while spinning, and it hit something, which I can't find where it hit, but it probably hit something and just shattered. After that, it hit the radiator and broke the radiator. The radiator's all damaged, but hopefully, like I said, once I put the fan on and the new radiator and get that bolt, hopefully that's the fix of this car. I'm crossing my fingers, but yeah, that's about it. So I'm gonna get started taking all this stuff out first. There shouldn't be any coolant because it leaked everything. That should be it. Let's get started. So just bear with me. I've never worked on an E46 before, so I'm kind of figuring it out as I go on what I need to take off. Just looking at the obvious, what needs to be taken off, and hopefully I'm right. I think I need to take this part off, make it easier for the radiator to come out. Just so you don't lose stuff, make sure to put things where they were at. That makes it easier on you. Yeah, so there's nothing in there. It's empty. I'm gonna take off the air box just to make more space. Probably when I take this thing off, I need some space to push this way. So I'm just gonna take it off just in case. So I just did this clip, loosen up the thing, and here it is. Take it on the side, and it just gives you more space to work on. Like I said, you might have to push this way, check all the hoses that you need to take off just to take off the radiator, and we'll continue. For some reason I thought the clips would be harder, but it's very simple. Just lift it and that's it. I didn't even have to Google it. Kind of just double checking on the things that I need to take off, that I feel like I need to take off. So this has another clip in the bottom for another hose. And now that I'm seeing, I think this car has a very heavy power steering fluid leak. Maybe that's why it has tape. I don't know, maybe the tank is broken or cracked, but we're gonna have to double check that once we have time. But for now, we're just gonna focus on this radiator and take it out. So this hose has this clamp right here, has this one and this one that connects to the reservoir, and I disconnected this. just to see. It gives me more space to work on this, so you don't have to do it this way, but that's how I'm doing it, and that's how I'm learning, so do as you please. Since I already disconnected this connection, all you gotta do is lift this clip off. If you have one of these with the hooks, definitely helps. I'm gonna take this one off. I might have to lift the car up just to check the one on the bottom over there and see what holds the reservoir. Not sure, so I'll just lift it up, check on the bottom, and I'll show you guys right now. Alright, so I lifted the car to check underneath. Hopefully you can see it. Let me zoom in. There's this, sorry, that one. Pull it up. Loosen up the clip for the, this is an automatic, so it has the transmission fluid. It goes through there, it cools it down. I put a cardboard under because I think once I pull it out, it might leak a little bit of oil. Other than that, it has another clip down there, and then this whole thing should come out with the radiator. But I'm still looking for what's holding it down. So let's check it out. So we got this out. Just make sure you have like a bucket or something, just 'cause it's gonna leak. And this one helps out a lot to try to get the bottom clip. Don't do that. I was in line about first time working on E46. We have 2 bolts, one on this side as well. This is it. I ordered this from Rock Auto. It was pretty cheap. I think it was like 60 bucks. So, let's see how. Just want to inspect it just in case. Didn't get any damage on the way here from shipping. Everything looks good. So we have bad news. We won't be able to continue the, I guess, fixing the whole thing. Just notice this big old crack right here. Hopefully you guys can see it. Let me double check. Trying to get it in view. Alright, so you guys see the big old crack right there? Right there. So I won't be able to continue. I need to buy this piece. So I'm gonna check right now on Rock Auto, see if I can find it. I guess when the fan broke, it just went flying, it freaking cracked it. So I'm just gonna take this whole thing off again and just wait for parts and leave the car as it is as of now. So we'll continue on part 2. Peace. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep. Alright, so we finally got the fan clutch out. We were trying to do it in the car, but for some reason we couldn't get these out. I don't know, the 10 wasn't fitting, the 9 was too small, and the 11 wouldn't fit. And it says 10.9, so I don't know if that's the size of the bolt, 10.9. But anyways, had to do a, where'd it go? Oh, had to do like a, I used this one and this, and it worked. So I got it out. So we're gonna put the new fan on, and after that put it on, and we're gonna wait for the other part that I have to buy. It's gonna be like around 60 bucks. Once I have the part, then I can finish the job. So I'm just using the same tool that I used to take it out, just because it worked. I know it looks dumb, but I don't know what size this thing is. It might be a 10.9 like this way it says on the bolt. but this one works, so I'm just gonna use the same thing. Alright, so we got the new part straight from BMW. I don't have the old part, I should have brought it. But we're just gonna replace this, put it on the radiator, and then put everything back, and that should be it. So, alright, so we got the new part from BMW. I got it today. The only thing I gotta swap is this part onto this part. It just doesn't come with it, so it's easy. All you gotta do is just put a screwdriver, flathead, kind of push up, and it should come out. Oh, I'm stuck here. Sorry. That's about it. Take it out, and then just put the new part inside. And then this part is ready to swap in. This is a new part. Put it on the radiator. So I ran into another issue. Started leaking from where the reservoir connects here. And I noticed that the previous owner had to put like some kind of sealant in there. It's been a few days, but we finally got the parts that we needed to finish the radiator. I ordered these parts from Pelican Parts here in Harbor City. This clip looks a little small, but I got the part number from real OEM, so hopefully this is the right part. This is a retaining clip that holds the reservoir. And then I also got the lower thermostat that goes inside the, let me show you guys. It goes inside this part, and the reservoir sits here. And this is the lower thermostat. The other one broke, and so I just got a new. Just gotta pop it in there. And I researched what they're good for. So on these cars, since you have the automatic transmission, the transmission oil lines run through here. So what this does is on cold days, it retains the water from running through here, which helps warm up the oil. And on hot days, it lets the water pass through so it can keep the oil cool. So you can run it without the thermostat, but what can happen is that you might end up damaging the transmission over time because it's not doing the proper job of either cooling down the temperature or warming up the temperature. So it's important to just switch it and make sure you got the right parts. It just pops right in. And that's about it. So let's get started. So this is a retaining clip that I bought. It was the right one, it fits. And right here you can see it holds it in from coming out. And I think that's the reason why it was leaking. It was just probably wasn't put in all the way, and it wasn't holding on, and it was probably moving up and down. So with this retaining clip, it holds it and it makes it sit right, and hopefully that prevents it from leaking. So we're gonna test it out right now. I'm just gonna put some water, see if it does any it starts leaking from here. So yep, there you go. Got a thermostat in and the clip on. Now it should be good, no more leaks. Alright, everything's back in the car. There's no leaks, so we're good. Just gonna put the fan back on, put the air box back on, and we should be good. That's it. When you don't have tools, you make your own. That's how we do it. So right now we're bleeding the system. Based on our quick Google search, basically what it says is remove the coolant filler cap, remove that one, and then remove the bleeder cap as well. Turn on your heater at the lowest lowest setting and the highest temperature, and then slowly pour in your coolant in here until it pours out a little bit, and then you just turn the car and let it run for a while, let it idle, and then until you see any more bubbles coming out of there, and then you can put the bleeder cap back on, and then just make sure that your tank is filled to the right level, and then you set. So right now, we got a couple bubbles coming out, so we're just gonna let it idle for a bit. Probably the next step is gonna be taking off all the stickers. It looks good from far away, but close up, we got all these wrinkles. Gotta take. I don't like that. Might have to get the car polished. So far so good. Drove it around the block, the same amount when it started overheating, but our temperature is good right now. I think it should be good now. The suspension's a little bit flimsy. Might need, well, I got brand new coilovers in the back, but I don't like the brand, so we'll see what we do.